It's Anthony at Land Title. I wanted to bring you our first to know update for the month of September. Going into September, you're really starting to see the market settle into its kind of new norm here. 8.5% increase in average sales price. We're starting to level out a little bit, looking more like a fall market here. The median still up almost 10% though from last year. So we're slowly getting there, right? I mean, Denver Metro's coming along. The attached market is following pretty closely. Here we are 9% above last year in average sales price. Median still over 400,000, 8% above where it was last year. But that all being said, what's happening in the market, right? So here we are at $280 a square foot. It's getting pretty expensive to live in the Denver metro area. A lot of that monetary policy and fiscal policy that's taking place is to really make it more affordable for homeowners. The only problem is the cost of money going up is kind of doing the exact opposite of that. So what's happening is you're reducing that amount of increase, so we don't see those 20% increases year over year like we did in the last year or two, but you're bringing it back down to norm. So average price per square foot for detached is only up 6.5%. That's really close to in line with our yearly average that we experienced over the last 30, 40 years. 5.5 to 7% a year is kind of where we normally trend. So that being said, all of that's working in its favor. It's kind of doing what it's supposed to do. Supply, on the other hand, is rising pretty much in a hurry because of all of the interest rate rises, right? We're up 42% from this time last year, but we're nowhere near a balanced market. So even in 2018, 2019, I included these in the metrics so you could see them. 2018, 2019, we were in a rising inventory environment then as well. You can kind of see how this plays towards the end of the year, but we were at 7 to, we're at 7 now. We were at 8 to 10,000 units this time over those years pre-COVID. So we still have a ways to go, but we're definitely getting closer to the similar market. This year feels a lot like a 2018 before we got into the 2019 year with higher inventory levels. Now, you can see in the new listings have been affected pretty dramatically by the reduced amount of buyers in the marketplace because homes have started to sit on the market a little bit and the sellers have started to respond to that. So we're a little bit below kind of our traditional norm. We're only at 5,000 new listings. We usually see about 6,000 this time of year, 5,500, something like that. So it was a good sign from August to September that you did see a little bit of that kind of faith in the market come back and people list their homes. But when you look at the buyer side demand, buyers are just not putting stuff under contract like they were over the last couple of years. We're much, much closer to that 2018 market where we're kind of in parallel with a rising inventory market and what you see. So that being said, expect the fall to be a pretty slow fall. But I say slow, there's still 3,700 homes going under contract. That's 27% less than there was last year, but the anomaly was 2020 and 2021. Now, if we can get back to the normal levels, somewhere that 2019, 2018 level, we're not that far off. So, we're 14% down from where we were a month ago. That's about 14% off of where we were in, 2019. So that being said, we're going to see a rise in inventory. Month supply of inventory is at 1.6 months right now. That's still a pretty strong seller's market. We're not even close to where we were in that 2019 level or 2018 levels. So expect this to get over 2 months of inventory sometime next year. But for right now, we're going to enter the fall market where this is eventually going to stagnate and we'll probably see less inventory come November, December like normal because a lot of people pull listings off the market if they don't sell and they'll relist in the springtime. So the buyer side, what does this mean, right? So what does this mean for the buyers and the sellers? You're going to see the average days in the MLS continue to rise through the end of the year. 2018, 2019, we saw this go all the way up to 40 by December. It's very possible that happens again. But you're seeing that traditional seasonal trend, right? This is a fall seasonal trend coupled with reduced buyer demand. So it's making that a little bit more extreme and happen a little bit quicker. But pre-COVID, we were right where we are today. So it's not crazy. It's not extreme. We're less than a month from active to under contract. That being said, as a seller, that doesn't sound terrible. You just have to price it aggressively enough for that to happen. And then when you look at the fact that our listed sale price is 98.9% or 99%, we're right in line with where we were in 2018, 2019. We're much more in a normal fall feeling market at this point, even though we have a short-term memory and it definitely felt like a crazy spring. So That being said, it's still a good seller's market. We don't have a ton of inventory. Things are turning over pretty quick, but it does feel like fall. So we're starting to see that. If you have other questions, you can always reach out to me. I'm Anthony at Land Title. I'll catch you next time.